Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much for showing up today and being here and saying yes to growing your business. I am Holly. I am the founder and co-owner of Nova Ridge Bookkeeping, and I will be your host today. I founded Nova Ridge Bookkeeping almost 5 years ago with a passion to help business owners understand their finances. Our mission is to support holistic wellness business owners create a work-life balance by helping them finally feel in control of their finances. So, what is Elevate Your Business? This is a monthly growth session that came from a desire to support this industry even more. Working directly with clients, I discovered that while being good at what they do and having their financials in order, it really is only a couple pieces to the puzzle that they're creating a successful and sustainable business. I have connected with some fantastic industry experts over the past few years and knew if there was a way I could bring us all together in one place, we could create awesome synergy to elevate our businesses to the next level. So my vision for this monthly growth session is to come together, learn together, and grow together. So it's time. Grab a drink, grab your lunch, grab a blanket. I always have a blanket on my legs when I'm in the office. Make sure you grab yourself a notepad because you will want to take notes from today's session. So we're going to slide right into our first speaker presentation. Rima founded Gray J Gifts for the love of gift giving and for the lack of personalized, beautiful, fun, and purposeful gifts in the market. When giving gifts, she wanted more than the wasteful cellophane-wrapped baskets. As she explored this need, she noticed others also wanted a modern and effortless gifting experience too. Why name it Gray J? And Rima, I just learned this by reading your speaker bio the other day. Why name it Gray J? I thought it was really creative. All the products are sourced from Canadian businesses, and the Gray Jay, which I didn't know, is Canada's national bird.
That's right.
How Gray J Gifts specializes in corporate gifts, including employee and client gifts. Welcome, Rima.
Right. Thank you. Thanks for having me here today. I'm very excited, and I would like to start sharing my screen over here to do the presentation. So good afternoon, everyone. As Holly mentioned, I'm the founder of Gray J Gifts. We're a custom gift box business based in Edmonton, and we do source all our products from local Canadian businesses. And we are all about gratitude because gratitude changes everything. So our mission is to provide an easy solution to strengthen valued business relationships. We work with various businesses, whether it's lawyers, hotels, realtors, bookkeeping businesses, and more, to bring humans together and grow businesses. So today I am going to go over the power of gifting, the different recipients that we can give in the business world, the gift options that we offer, and the gifting process, and answer any of your questions. The power of gifting. So as we all know, the foundation of business is building relationships, whether that's building relationships with clients or building relationships with employees or referral partners or even influencers. Building relationships help grow our business. And gifting is one of those things that certainly helps connect humans together. So gifting actually triggers areas in the brain associated with pleasure, trust, and social connection for both the giver and the recipient. And that brings humans closer and builds a stronger relationship. Now, gifts also create a memory. And that allows us as businesses to stay top of mind. Once somebody receives a gift and they open it and it's tangible, they touch it, they feel it, that creates a memory. And once they go on later on to use, say, a product inside that gift or see it, they think about the gift, and that brings back the same memory and the feelings that they experienced when receiving the gift, and ultimately keeps us as businesses top of mind. So starting off with client gifts. Client gifts are one of the most popular corporate gifts out there, and we do a lot of them. We do thank you gifts, so thank you for being a client, and we do thank you for referrals and surprise and delight gifts. Now, thank you gifts for being a client. This certainly increases the loyalty and builds that relationship, creates a memory, as we mentioned, and keeps people, your business top of mind, and it helps your business, it sets your business apart from other competitors. Now think about, let's say a massage therapist. Have you ever received a gift from a massage therapist that you've been going to for years? Or maybe how about your car dealership? It's not as common, but it's a new strategy. It's something that sets your business apart. Also, giving a gift creates a conversation. So let's say somebody receives a gift from a business, and they receive it and they put it on their kitchen countertop. Their friends come in or their family members come in. It creates a conversation, and now your business is being chatted about without even you knowing, and this ultimately generates referrals. Now, if we're generating loyalty, I want to give an example of the massage therapist. So let's say typically a massage therapist, with every 10th session, you get one free session. Let's say that's the standard of what they do to keep clients loyal. But what if we do send out a gift? Maybe it's a wellness themed gift. It has some tea, some bath salts that they can use maybe after a massage, some other products that creates an experience for them from this business outside of that practice. And that again keeps you as a business top of mind. Now, the other thing with thank you gifts for referrals specifically, something as little as a handwritten message that you can send out in the mail. It shows gratitude and how much you appreciate your client. Instead of offering, let's say, $10 off your next session or this amount of money off your next, project or whatever it is. And lastly, surprise and delight gifts. So this could be gifts that you send out to your clients on the holidays, or maybe their birthdays, or something that they celebrate culturally. So this is something that surprises them, and it certainly will help them become a raving fan of your business, and that helps grow your business. And that's what this is all about. Now, I also want to mention, whether it is this dollar amount that you give them to their next project off, or whether it's you give them something free, you want to try to set yourself apart. If you see everybody, all your competitors, all other businesses doing something like this, and doing something like gifting is certainly setting you apart. Just like Holly, for instance, does this elevated growth sessions. I've never seen a bookkeeper that does anything like this, right? So this is setting her apart. It's different, and you want to be different to grow your business. Now, with regards to employee gifts, again, it's all about business relationships, and having a high turnover for employees is probably one of the worst things for businesses. It won't help your business grow. It keeps it struggling. So it goes back to the connection. And we offer different ways of sending out gifts that are personalized to your employees. So we do employee onboarding gifts, holiday gifts, employee gifts on a employee appreciation day, milestone, whether maybe they've reached their 100th client, or maybe it's their 5th anniversary working with you, birthday gifts and wedding and baby gifts. But what we do differently is we personalize it to their interests and to their interests, and to say their dietary restrictions. And we use something called Monday.com. It's a CRM platform. We share a board with you, and this is what it looks like. We share a board. You put in your employees' information in to streamline the process. You put in their information, what gift you're sending out, the date that they started work, for instance. Employee dietary restrictions. If they're gluten-free, the last thing we want to send out is crackers that aren't gluten-free. They're going straight in the garbage, right? Employee interests, if they're into eco-friendly, or if they're into vegan, or if they're into the Oilers, or if they're into baking, then we send something specific to them, because it shows that you actually cared to see what they're interested in. You can input in their employee address, phone number, date that you'd like to send out the gift, and more. So this just creates another way of building that relationship, because you're showing interest in what they like. Now, again, for influencers, I know Megan's gonna touch base on this. Sending gifts for influencers. Influencers receive a lot of gifts, and businesses hope that their products can be, or their services can be, featured on this influence social media platforms. So doing something that's, again, different to distinguish your business from other businesses. First, what we can do is we can take a close look at their social media platforms and figure out what their interests are, what they like. And let's say you're a dermatology clinic that has skin products that you want promoted by an influencer. So instead of just sending out those products and including a note, "Hi, can you please try these products?" How about we take a look at their social media and we figure out, okay, this person has a morning routine, or maybe this person has a nighttime routine ritual that they do. We can create an experience based on that ritual. So we'll include, let's say, tea, because they usually have tea. We figured also that they like mint chocolate, and they're vegan, so we include a vegan mint chocolate in there. And we include the skincare products. And maybe you can include a video of yourself saying, "Hey, we'd love if you can try these products and add it to your nighttime ritual," and be specific with that. And it shows that you're putting that effort to get them to work with you first, and the chances of them sharing these products and this gift would be higher because it's personalized. You put more effort into it. So it's something different. And lastly, gifts for referral partners. So we do something called the Top of Mind program, where we've done this for referral partners and for clients, and we send out quarterly gifts. So we do spring, summer, fall, and winter. For the fall, we did on Thanksgiving, so gratitude gifts. For the summer, we did gifts on National Ice Cream Day, so on ice cream making kits. It's something that keeps you top of mind and gets you more referrals through the door and more business. Now, of course, we can help out with all of that. As we mentioned, we source our products from local and Canadian made businesses. They're high quality. There's a certain standard that we go by. We select our products from a lot of B Corp certified businesses. So what B Corp certified is businesses that have a certain level of standards that they go by. So they need to be environmentally friendly, they need to give back to their communities, and much more. We include a handwritten message or a video message, and we donate a portion of proceeds to local charities. We work with the Lewis Hall and the Realtors Community Foundation to do that. For the gift options that we offer, we do pre-designed gifts and we do custom gifts. So pre-designed gifts is gifts that are on our website. There's numerous gifts, different themes, self-care, charcuterie, old-fashioned, numerous gifts on there that you can select from. And we also do custom gifts. So this is something that's tailored to your brand, vision, and goals. We work with various vendors and product options are limitless. Our gifts are suited to suit your budget. Our gifts start at $50 and up, and we also brand the gifts with your branding. We try to stay away from branded gifts inside the gift, as sometimes that's perceived as marketing swag. But from the outside, it's nice when they first receive it so that they see that this is from this business. It gives the wow moment. So we do branded gift tags, branded sleeves, branded closure stickers, and branded note cards. The process of how we go is you can pick a gift from our catalog. We can prepare it, include a 100 message and ship it, or you can add your own logo where you select the gifts. We brand the gifts with your branding, with different materials that you select, and then we include the message of your choice and then ship it. Or we can work on full customization where we have a meeting with you, We discuss the goals and the ideas. We send over a proposal, and then we curate the gifts and send them out. That's it for me. If you have any questions, I would gladly answer them.
Ooh, thank you so much, Rima. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
Yes, we do have, let me share my screen again. We do have a 5-minute Q&A. So it's an open session. If you have questions for Rima, I'm going to pop her contact information in the chat box right now, so you can save that for future use, and you'll be able to contact her after the session at 1 o'clock after we're done here. Yeah, just kind of unmute yourself if you have a question. And we do have some pre-submitted questions as well, Rima. So maybe
Okay.
I will start with a couple of those.
Okay.
So you briefly talked about budget, which is great. When you think about, or do you help your clients? Do you help guide your clients in creating a budget? You know, maybe, like you said, employee onboarding gift might be something a little bit smaller, but then maybe they've been, you know, with you for 5 years, like you said. Do you help the companies kind of create what an appropriate budget is for the appropriate gift?
That's right. We certainly can help with that. So we take a look at, let's say, their budget for employee gifts, and we'd be like, okay, this is what we see where you should, you know, divide the budget on. It should be, let's say, a $50 onboarding gift. It should be $100 5-year anniversary gift. So we sit with the business owner and we chat about all that, and we can discuss it.
Okay, yeah, that's really helpful. I think that would be really helpful to businesses as well, like business owners, because sometimes they just don't know, right? Like they don't know what an appropriate gift is for the occasion. Yeah,
that's right.
Thank you. And then shipping. So you said you're in Edmonton.
That's right.
Do you offer shipping outside of Edmonton?
Yes, we actually ship all over Canada and the States.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you do just one-off gifts, or is the expectation that it's kind of like on a monthly or per client basis?
No, we have, from our website, you can order the one-off gift, certainly, and we will create it and ship it out. Yeah. So we typically help businesses with programs, but that's available as well for the one-off gift. So.
Wonderful. This is kind of a question for me too. What's your most popular gift?
Our most popular gifts are 2 of them, actually, the Albertan and the Egg Box. So we figured anything that we name after Edmonton or Alberta or, you know, local has been the most popular. Really? So yes, we are in some way, we love supporting our local communities, which is great for us. So yeah.
What's the Egg Box?
The Egg Box, it is.
Oh, YEG. I thought you were saying egg, like
no.
EGG. I'm like, what's an Egg Box?
No. The Egg Box has products from, you know, Edmonton and surrounding areas specifically. So yeah.
That makes sense.
Rima, do you have any? Oh, sorry, Holly. I was just going to ask Rima, do you have any gifts that are specific for men, like for perhaps somebody who works specifically with male clients, or they work in like a really male dominated field? I always think of gift boxes as like women thing, you know, women stuff.
That's right. Yeah. So our many gift boxes that we've done for like the corporate world sometimes don't have any ribbon. So ribbon's been associated specifically with the feminine, I guess, side of gift boxes. We put sleeves, and the products inside we can customize as well. So there are a few, like we have, let's say, the old fashioned where it's whiskey themed, but we have a few as well that are made, honestly. It has like the black box, the black crinkle paper. So we are kind of gearing our gifts towards that audience as well.
I like that. And I like how you're also branding the box. Like you said, ribbon might be more feminine, but the sleeves are more masculine. And just from the presentation,
that's
the initial presentation. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. If anybody has any more questions for Rima, you can private message her in the group chat. I'm sure she'll answer them here, but there's also her contact information. Please reach out to her, follow her on Instagram. She is doing some amazing things, especially with the gift giving season coming up.
That's great. Thanks so much, Holly.
Thank you. All right, we are going to pop into our first networking breakout session. So in this session, you're going to meet with other people in the room, and I want you to share 4 things. So your name, your business name, what it is that you do, and what are you currently reading right now? All right, I will create those rooms. There we go. And I'll send you off. I think everyone is back in the room. And if they're not, they can chime in when they get back here. I think everybody's back. How was that networking session? Did you learn something about the person you were in the room with? Yes. Do you have a new book to read on your to read list? Because I know my to read list is like never ending. All right, next I'm going to introduce our next featured speaker. Now I'm going to share a little story first. I've met both Rima and Megan through different avenues of my life, like different, not even connected. And I asked them both to be on this show, this session with us. And then interestingly enough, both of them came to me at different times and said, hey, is the other speaker Megan? Hey, is the other speaker Rima? I'm like, yes, why? They're like, we know each other. We're in a mastermind together. So Megan and Rima both know each other too. And I think it was divinely perfect because they're speaking on the same day about very similar topics. So I thought it was pretty fitting and pretty interesting. And another testament to like how small really is the world, right? So without further ado, I will introduce Megan. Megan is the founder of Empire Collective Consulting, a boutique public relations and social media agency based in Edmonton, Alberta. With a decade of experience in public relations across various different industries, Megan specializes in building bespoke PR campaigns that focus on harnessing and leveraging brand influence. Empire Collective's services include integrated media relations, crisis communication, experiential events, and influencer and UGC campaigns. Welcome, Megan.
Thanks, Holly. Let me get my presentation up here. All right. Here we go. Everyone can see my screen? Perfect. So, hi everyone, my name is Megan. As Holly mentioned, I am the owner of Empire Collective. I actually also, yes, know Rima. We actually thought it was intentional that we were put together, not coincidence, because I thought Holly knew we knew each other, but super excited to be here and presenting. And I hope that some of the insights that I can share are going to help you be able to navigate the world of content creation without feeling super overwhelmed and scared. So let's get into it. Oh, hold on, my presentation won't move. Oh, there we go. All right, so I'm Megan. Holly read my profile, but just a little high level about me. I come from 10 years of working in public relations. Previously was a media relations specialist for Edmonton Public Schools. But before that, I used to work at a public relations and influencer agency. I worked with brands like Dermalogica, Ted Baker London, Hilberg & Berk, Rocky Mountain Soap. So I do have, I have had my fingers in the wellness, at least B2C industry. So I've curated some really cool events and influencer marketing campaigns for brands like that. What we're going to cover today, first, we're going to talk about what PR is, understanding the intersection of marketing and public relations, essentially who does what. Understanding influencer relations and how working with influencers can elevate your brand, and different types of content creation. We are very far beyond just a simple plug and play model. There's lots of different options for a lot of different budget price points. So just giving a bit of insight into that. So first, what is public relations? This question is the bane of my existence because I explain it and it changes, and it is a very confusing world, especially when you start to consider what is marketing and what is PR. So I always like to share my 2 golden rules of public relations. 1, it's not just what you say, it's how and when you say it. And number 2, reputations aren't built in good times, they're built in bad. So to kick us off, public relations and marketing are very often used interchangeably, but they do very different jobs. While both marketing and public relations have the same end goal to boost visibility for your brand, they achieve this goal in very different ways. The classic textbook example of this differentiating tactic is public relations involved earned exposure and brand visibility, which is often associated with unpaid exposure. And marketing is more focused on paid exposure and brand awareness. So think more advertising. However, that's gotten very confused because we are living in a very interconnected digital world. So certain tactics like influencer marketing, organic social media, and content creation often fall in the umbrella of marketing and public relation campaigns. So this is where my company will come in, and we have a little bit of a sweet spot in that we create these integrated campaigns that consider marketing and public relations. We don't focus on just one or the other. The best campaigns, in my opinion, take the overlap of public relations and marketing into account and leverage both earned and paid brand awareness in conjunction with each other. So marketing has a very specific goal, and that is often to drive sales and brand awareness. Marketing has a very linear focus. For example, we would run a Google sponsored ad, and we can see how many clicks it drove to the website, and then we can see how many sales came from those clicks. Public relations is a little bit more broad. While we are focused on building brand awareness, we're also focused on building a community aligned with your brand values, managing or repairing your reputation, reaching new audiences, building credibility, and harnessing influence. So here is just a little bit of an oversight over what would fall under a marketing bucket and what would live in the public relations bucket and what would be considered integrated. So some are very easy to kind of understand. Media relations is very much a PR activity. Sometimes people consider it to be the only PR activity, but media relations versus Google ads are very much a marketing activity. Where we get to be a bit gray is these types of integrated campaigns like influencer marketing. So let's chat about working with influencers. Here is a little bit of some of the lingo that I think is important to know. When you were working with an influencer, these are some of the terms that you should really have a good understanding of before you start reaching out. For example, a media kit, which is essentially a rate card, and it also is an overview of the audience of an influencer's audience stats and content performance. A campaign brief, this is where you provide overarching brand values and must-have information for a campaign. A right to review, something that I love to share with business owners because they often don't know this in advance, is that content creators and influencers are not obligated to provide their content in advance for review. You should always discuss this early on. Gifting, as Rima mentioned, many brands will gift influencers free product in hopes of building a good relationship and garnering free exposure. This activity is very saturated and does have a current declining return on investment. And again, and I should say, usage rights. Content creators and influencers have different usage rights and price points. So for example, if you would like to use an influencer created content in a paid ad, you will pay a premium for that content. So the exact same content, if you want to use it in an ad, you will pay a higher price. So those are just some things to consider and some terms to familiarize yourself with. And lastly, let's talk about those different types of content, because influencer marketing is not the only way. There are other ways. So some quick overviews of content creation. We have first the sponsored content, that is influencer content shared on their platform, and you may or may not share this on your platform. User-generated content, which is content created by real users and shared on their personal platforms. And then third, we have creator-generated content. often it is a new field, and we do confuse it a little bit with user-generated content, but typically creator-generated content is where a brand will hire a UGC content creator and will facilitate the campaign, and it will be posted across both channels. So it is less of a organic social media tactic and more of a curated content generating experience. The best way that I can think to describe this is to consider what you're paying for. If you had a scale where on one side you're paying for someone's influence, and on the other side you're paying for content to use on your social channels, there is a degree of separation between these three types of content. Influencer relations, you are typically paying for the influence. You are paying for their audience. You are paying for their credibility. You are paying for their expertise and their connection with their audience. User-generated content, you are still paying for their influence. People love to see folks just like them using and loving products. So you are still paying for the influencer, for the influence with a little bit of the content. And then creator-generated content, you are almost exclusively paying for the content. It doesn't generally come attached with influence like you would see on influencer relations. So this is an important scale to keep in mind when you are thinking about what exactly your goal is for a campaign. And lastly, setting up for success. I have provided a little campaign workbook as part of my presentation, but one of the things I wanted to just touch on was the 4 components of a campaign brief and how you can maximize success. So the 4 things to remember: make sure that you are educating your content creators and influencers on what your brand is, what your products are, what your services are, and what your brand values are. Anticipate their needs and questions. Make sure that you're providing any information or any product or any how-to information before their campaign starts. Anticipate what their primary questions would be and be sure to address those. Inspire, share inspiration, share ways that you'd like your product to be featured. Of course, we can't always dictate how we want our product to be featured, but if you do have a specific vision, make sure you share that information. And reinforce, make sure that you build an appropriate content review system, you have appropriate oversight into the content that's being created and shared so that you can reinforce those brand values and make sure that the content that you're getting is aligned with the content that you're expecting and hope to use in further campaigns. Some tips. And that's it for me. I feel like I just dumped a whole lot of information on you, so I'm happy to answer any questions or talk anytime about all of this information.
That's wonderful, Megan. Thank you so much. And in the group chat, I did put Megan's freebie, the workbook. So I've included the PDF there. Please download it, save it to your computer so you have it when you're ready to dive into this. And then I'm also including Megan's contact information. So we have about 5 minutes for, oh, perfect, Megan, you even have it on a slide. Lovely. We have about 5 minutes for a Q&A. And again, Megan, we have a couple of pre-submitted questions. This one is a question for me for sure. But in your intro, you said crisis communications. What is that?
So that would be a brand who is going through a crisis, whether that be, like, a perfect example would be, you have a makeup brand and you launched a new holiday collection and everyone is getting the product and they're broken or nothing is working or the lipsticks all have hair in them. You might remember Jaclyn Hill did this with her holiday collection. So essentially I would work with clients to help navigate that kind of bumpy road for their brand. So it can be anything from big to small. I have worked with clients before where an employee said something online or did something online and it's now been connected to their brand and they have to navigate that. So that's crisis comms.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Things that you're not planning for.
No, certainly you're not planning for it. Something has gone wrong, and you don't know what to do. So generally that's where I come in.
Perfect, wonderful. So you kind of touched on marketing and PR. So how important is PR and marketing in conjunction with the other?
Super important. I would always advocate that a brand should be investing in marketing first. Marketing lays the foundation for PR to do kind of the above and beyond work. So I always encourage folks to begin, if they are looking to invest in marketing and PR, begin investing in marketing first, have a really strong brand identity, have really strong optimated customer journeys. Their website should be really optimized, and then consider public relations as a little bit of the kind of finishing touch on that marketing campaign, so to say. So most brands, if they are of a certain size, will have two different teams or agencies who would work concurrently on marketing and PR, but I would always recommend that you have a really strong understanding of your marketing before you jump into PR.
Mm-hmm. I like that. It's kind of like laying the foundation before you build the next level of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And go ahead. Go ahead, Emma.
I was wondering if we could go back to the slide where you had the circle with the marketing and the thing, and then the thing in the middle.
That one.
Yeah, I totally missed. Can I screenshot that?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Great.
That was a good slide for sure. Like the visual representation of what both of them are and where that overlap is. Yeah. Awesome. And how do you, as a agency owner, how do you stay current on trends?
I mean, I live and breathe on my phone, as many of us do. I find a lot of the time that I adjust to trends based on the clients that I currently have. So if I'm working with a lot of clients that are in the, for example, they're in a B2C wellness space, then I generally would follow a lot of that content and keep on top of a lot of those trends. I would love to say that there's some secret sauce, but there really isn't. It's, being on top of marketing newsletters, social media newsletters, following lots of accounts in similar niches. It's really just about thinking of where your audience would live online and making sure you're there too. So if I'm looking to find something for a shoe brand, I'm looking for their target audience and what they're looking for online and what they think is cool online. So it's all about just putting yourself in the mindset of your target audience and then staying relevant in those spaces online.
I think that's really important. And I think anybody who is, in the beginning stages of a business, how many times have we heard that question? Where is your ideal client hanging out? Be there. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Megan. And if anybody has any questions for Megan, please don't hesitate. Like I said, message her in the chat box, save her contact information. I'm sure Megan will be happy to answer any questions you have as they pop up.
Absolutely. Thanks, Holly.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay. We are going to hop into our second networking breakout session. So this session, of course, we're going to share our name, our business name, and what it is you do, because you might be in a room with different people this time. And your unique little kind of prompt is, what is your favorite way to self-care? All right, new breakout room, new people, met some new people, learned maybe a new self-care thing you can add to your routine. We're going to wrap up this session, and I really want to say thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here today. Thank you to our speakers for sharing all of your valuable information with us. I really, truly hope you took something away from today's session and that you come back next month. And don't forget, you can bring a friend with you too. And on that note, I know Wanda's looking forward to this too. So next session, who are we having? We're having Lori from MP Benefits. She's going to share with us the power, the impact that a health spending account can have for a business owner. And then Nubahar, she's coming from Commonwealth Retirement to share about group RRSP plans and RRSP plans as a business owner. It's on December 7th. You can scan this QR code and register right away. It will take you to the event link. If you have any questions for me, please reach out to me at any time. We would be happy to answer them. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, a wonderful evening, and we will see you again soon.
Thank you, Holly.
Thanks. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.